Some of you may be too young to remember this, but there was a movie called I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. And it was a comedy. In this movie, they had a lot of actors at the time that were famous. You may know some. Keenan, I think the Wayans were in it. Jim Brown was in it. I think Foxy Brown was in it too. But I digress. There was a part in that movie that had a guy where his toe, somebody shot his bunion, and the bunion, when they showed it in the movie, was throbbing, and it was as big as my head. So imagine this toe sticking out of this boot, and it has a life of its own. It is, it is pulsating. Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. When a hard head makes a soft behind. But this is about a guy and his toes. I think if you haven't seen it, go back and look. I've got a video, I think, about my toe getting snapped in half, and I know how painful that is. But my daughter just started this job, and on that job, they have forklifts with trucks and a lot of heavy equipment and things like that. I've ran forklifts before, and skid loaders and cherry pickers and things like that. If you've never seen a forklift or know what a forklift is, there's these big machines that have these two prongs that can go in and out depending on what they need to pick up. And they're usually operated by propane. Some of them are operated by gas, but they have these hard, and I do mean hard wheels, kind of like a big Hot Wheel or a big hockey puck. It's a solid material that are usually the wheels on these so that they can get traction and things. But when you run over things on these forklifts, the traction doesn't, it lets loose. So if you run over some sawdust or something, or board, you can feel every bump. Well, this gentleman, he was a forklift operator. And they have safety protocols. If you've ever run one, you have these videos you have to get your forklift license. And it's safety training and operational training and things like that. This young man was given a second chance. He had just got out of prison. He found this company and they hired him, right? He's learning how to run a forklift. One of the safety precautions, and I still remember this from my time on forklifts, was that you needed to stand at least 5 to 6 feet back, kind of like COVID space. You needed to stand 5 to 6 feet back of this machinery at all times. There's not mirrors like a car on most of them. And you have to turn around, and when you do turn around, there's this big behind you, depending on the forklift again, is this propane tank. It's really hard to see and maneuver, and they're loud sometimes, and especially in a factory setting or a store setting, they are loud. And you've probably seen one if you've gone to Home Depot or Lowe's. This gentleman was a habitual line stepper, and he was constantly going up to talk to the manager on this forklift, and he'd try to sneak up behind him. I have a question. And he thought that he wouldn't get run over. They had told this man several times, stop, do not come behind this forklift. We can't see you. We will run over you. We'll probably run over your toes. Now, I'm not going to say the company, because from what I understand, some of the safety regulations that are usually set forth in these places is you have to wear steel toes. They have Jordans. You have to put your hair up in a bun so nothing gets caught. Everybody has dreads and long hair and things like that. Of course, this young man, just getting out, didn't have this equipment on. He didn't buy that equipment, had no steel toe boots. And he wouldn't listen, so they put him back through the training a second time and told him, I need you to stay 3 to 6 feet back, 5 to 6 feet back. 5 to 6 feet back. He said, okay, I understand, I got it. A week or two went by from what my daughter told me, and The manager pulls the forklift into this truck to retrieve a pallet or whatever she was getting. And when she was backing out, our man, we'll call him Stubby, decided that he had a question, and he walked up to the forklift as she was backing out, and his toe was in the way. She backed over his toes on one foot. The forklift slides, so if you can imagine, the forklift slides, and this, again, is probably a 200 to 300 pound hockey puck that just rolled over his toe. I'm laughing and I'm hurting at the same time because I know how that feels. The lady said that the forklift kind of shifted a little bit, and she said, I didn't feel anything when I came in, but I know that I ran over something. And she looks over, and old Stubby is over here hopping around. And his foot had immediately swole in this tennis shoe. If you know anything about that, that blood is going to expand somewhere. So he is now has, I'm sure, broken toes. And she confirmed it. He broke all except the middle toe. The bones were crushed. Now the thing is, he can't go to workers' comp. Why can't he go to workers' comp? You guessed it. He's a smoker. And I'm not talking about nicotine. I'm talking about some of that good old sticky icky. So now you're in a predicament. And he asked the manager, hey, no, please, hey ma'am, do not write me up for this. Do not say anything about this. Just let me keep on going to work. But he couldn't go back to work because his toes are smashed. He wanted his mother to come pick him up. It ended up he got fired. He didn't get to go to get the workers' comp because he can't pass the mandatory drug test they're in all of these facilities, whether you're in a steel mill, whether you're in a factory, whether you're at Lowe's. It's mandatory. You get hurt, you're going to have to get drug tested. So that's an easy one. But he must not have learned his lesson, or something is wrong with the boy, because I can't fathom it. So now you have crushed toes that you have to pay for yourself. You no longer have a job. And it crushed all but one of them. That must have really hurt. But do I feel sorry for him? No, I can't. Because they tried to work with the man, even after telling him and giving him a second safety training. It's crazy, isn't it? All right, but hey, let me know what you think in the comments. Should they have given him another chance? Have you ever had your foot run over by a forklift? Those are just some of the questions I have. But hey, I hope you're doing well, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And until next time, and you know there will be a next time, I'm out.